Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about some under the radar habits that make men more attractive. So it's been a minute since I've done a video like this, so I wanted to do a little update, a little refresh, but also these are habits that you probably don't hear about as much as some of the others that are repeated over and over and over, like be confident, make eye contact, have money, you know the drill. You know, there's more to being attractive than a fresh haircut and a clean pair of shoes, although those things absolutely help too, but these are some under the radar ones that you might not have heard of that often. So the first one is being curious. So showing a genuine interest and just being curious makes you come across more interesting then in return. You know, to be interesting, you must first be interested, is like a little saying. And I think it's 100% true. Things like asking great questions, actively listening, you know, sort of an openness and a lifelong learner mentality. These are all really attractive traits, and it starts with a genuine curiosity, you know, having a genuine curiosity to learn not only about different things, but also the people that you're speaking to will make you a better conversationalist and just a more well-rounded individual. And one of the reasons why this is attractive is because curiosity is a sign of intellectual engagement and an open mind. It demonstrates to people a willingness to learn, to explore new ideas, and to engage in more meaningful, deep conversations. You know, this can be intellectually stimulating and captivating to other people that you're speaking to. Secondly, curiosity shows a genuine interest in the world and in other people. It signifies a desire to understand and connect with others on, again, a deeper level. This can make a man more approachable and engaging in social interactions, which are obviously attractive things. And also, curiosity is often associated with, you know, a thirst for knowledge, a thirst for personal growth. It might indicate a proactive or inquisitive nature, which can suggest a desire for self-improvement, growth, and just improving yourself. So again, can definitely branch off into different points, but it all comes back to being genuinely curious, being someone who wants to learn, who has an open mind, and who has that lifelong learner mentality and a genuine curiosity about not only things in the world, but also the people that you're speaking to. I think it's important to regard everyone that you speak to with the idea that they have something to teach you or they know something that you don't know. I think that's a very powerful way to approach conversations and just to approach life in general. Before I get into my next point here, a big thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's video. Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals right to your doorstep. Their team of gourmet chefs creates each meal using only ingredients with integrity to help you feel your best all day long. This holiday season, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. All you do is heat, eat, and enjoy. If you're someone like me who's looking for calorie-conscious options over the holidays that also taste great, try delicious, dietitian-approved calorie-smart meals with around or less than 550 calories per serving. Prioritizing my health and wellness has been a top priority for me this year. Factor saves me so much time and is my go-to lunch when I just don't want to cook during the day. They have so many nutritious options for keeping my fridge well stocked and offer options that make it easy to stick to my wellness goals. I'm obsessed. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code Courtney50 to get 50% off of your first Factor box. So my last point kind of leads me into this next one, which is having hobbies, you know, interests or passions. Think about what are the things that you enjoy doing? How do you spend your free time? Do you have hobbies or interests or passions that bring you joy? You know, a man having hobbies is attractive because it shows that, again, you're a well-rounded individual. And being a well-rounded man might demonstrate to a woman specifically that you're capable of handling different situations, different challenges that life might throw your way. It also suggests that you have, you know, some diverse interests and you're open-minded, as I mentioned in the last point, which can then make you more interesting and more engaging and fun to be around. Also, being well-rounded can indicate that you have a strong sense of self and that you're confident in your abilities, which obviously is attractive to many women. It can also show that you have a skill set and, again, a lifelong learner mentality, and can also demonstrate that you're really passionate about the things that you care about and find joy in. There are so many different hobbies out there, so many different things that you can do in your free time, and talked about hobbies that women find attractive, why certain hobbies are more attractive than other hobbies. I think being authentic is far more important than trying to be attractive, and you will naturally attract people that are good for you when you are authentic in what you find joy in and your hobbies. What one girl likes, another girl might not. What one girl finds attractive as a hobby, another girl might find not attractive as a hobby, and vice versa. So again, I think it's really more important here to actually find hobbies that align with you. I think having hobbies in general is so important. It's important to have things that you enjoy doing outside of work, things you enjoy doing in your free time, things that bring you joy, things that, make you excited about life. So even more importantly than being attractive or coming across a certain way, I think first it's important to figure out what your hobbies are and what you enjoy doing. And then a little bonus of doing that is that it makes you more attractive. The next underrated habit that makes men more attractive is being able to plan and execute. Know where you're going and get there on time, figuratively and literally. Be a man with a plan is basically what I'm saying. This can apply to so many areas of your life, but I'll give a few standout examples that scream, this man has it going on. So in terms of dating, I would say making the first move, taking initiative and planning the date, and then showing up on time. I think these things are incredibly important when you're dating. They make you stand out in the best way. Having a plan, getting there on time, respecting your date's time, not being late. I know recently I've done a lot of videos about first dates and, the Cheesecake Factory drama and a ton of other stuff regarding first dates, but I think it is almost always in your best interest to have a plan and to take initiative. I think women find this incredibly attractive, and it shows a lot of great qualities about you as well. In terms of just life in general, I think having a plan shows that a man is goal-oriented and has a clear direction for his life. Having a plan indicates ambition and drive, and it also demonstrates a sense of reliability and responsibility, which are very attractive to women. It also might show that you're organized and prepared and can take charge of situations. This can be attractive to women for many different reasons. One being that it gives off a sense of stability, one word that you hear a lot, security, another word you hear a lot, and leadership. All three incredibly important to, I would say, the majority of women. Being a man with a plan just signals that a guy values his time and knows how to prioritize. This can be appealing as it suggests to people efficiency and a sense of purpose with your life, which are obviously incredibly attractive and incredibly important, more so than attractive, to have in your life. The next habit is giving genuine compliments. Emphasis on genuine, okay? I don't want you all out here lying. Compliments show that you're paying attention and that you have a genuine interest in the other person that you're with. This attentiveness can make you more likable and more appealing. Compliments can also help to boost the recipient's self-esteem, which makes them feel good about themselves. And when you make someone feel good, they tend to associate those positive feelings with you. Compliments can also create a positive and friendly atmosphere, which makes it easier to establish a connection and build rapport with the person that you're talking to. Genuine compliments can enhance your attractiveness by displaying kindness, sincerity, and the ability to uplift others, which are obviously all very positive traits that women look for in a partner. Just makes you look like a good guy who is confident in himself and who can give compliments to the people around him. I really believe that you should never hold back a compliment. Anytime I feel the urge to give someone a compliment, I do it because I've been on the receiving end of that. It can put you in such a better mood. It can make you feel appreciated. And being transparent, being on the receiving end of compliments feels pretty dang good. I think giving genuine compliments or affirmations to people is a wonderful thing, and it can make someone feel really good about themselves. And I'm not saying to search for, external validation 24/7, but my goodness, a compliment sure does go a long way. It can brighten someone's mood and make them feel really good. And when you make someone feel good, they often tie those positive feelings to you. So the compliment point here leads me into my next one, which is speaking highly of people and just being generally positive. And this goes further than just the person that you're speaking directly to. How do you speak about the other people in your life? This can be a window into who you are and what your character's like. I've talked to you guys before about when someone asks you about people you've dated or your ex-girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever it is, don't trash talk them. Don't speak horribly about them. It says a lot about your character when you do that. Speaking highly about people and just being relatively positive are attractive traits. On the flip side, speaking poorly about people or being overly negative doesn't typically land well and is considered unattractive. You know, have you ever been around someone who is just a negative Nelly 24/7? They are always speaking horribly about people. They're always complaining. They're pessimistic. They're cynical. There's a time and a place for that. I'm not saying you need to be Mr. Sunshine and Rainbows 24/7. It's okay to have a negative experience. It's okay to not like something. It is okay to, you know, not be positive all the time. So I don't want it to come across like I'm trying to tell you to do that. But when you are consistently negative, you find a problem in everything, you focus on problems rather than solutions, that is so unattractive to women, to everyone. I don't like being around people like that, man or woman. I don't like having friends like that. I certainly wouldn't want to be married or date someone like that. So this is just something important to keep in mind for yourself. Also, going much further than just the way it comes across to other people and being unattractive, if you are constantly negative, what do you think that's doing for yourself? You know, toxic positivity is a thing too, of acting like everything's fine when it's not. But I do think it's important to try to be a more positive person and try to see solutions and the good in things rather than always focusing on the negatives. And just an example here, you know, if you go on a first date and the girl asks you about your last relationship, if you sit there and say, yeah, my ex was crazy, you go on and on about how horrific she was, you badmouth her, you trash talk, you say a ton of horrible things, even if they're true, it makes you look bad because it makes you look like you're not over it, like you're scorned, like you're bitter, like you're resentful, like you just are overly negative, which is not a good thing. I think it's always better to remain neutral. Even if she sucked, just say, oh, you know, it didn't work out. That's all. Again, the way that you speak about the people in your life is important. You know, are you always gossiping? Are you always speaking poorly about the people in your life? Whether it be people you know, your friends, strangers, whoever it is, this is not a good thing because it is a projection of how you feel about yourself. People who are confident, people who are secure, don't feel the need to trash talk other people, don't feel the need to put people down. My next point is humility. Admit when you're wrong. Be honest when you don't know something. Be open to growth and to learning. Don't be cocky, but also don't be a frequent flyer on the self-deprecation plane, okay? I've talked about that. Don't do it. Humility does not mean putting yourself down or speaking poorly about yourself, so I want to make that clear. But it's funny because a lot of people think that acting like you know it all or that you never show a weakness makes you come across more confident and more attractive. But actually, I think the opposite is true. You know, being self-aware and confident enough in yourself to admit your shortcomings or areas you need to improve on or things you just don't know makes you more attractive. That is what true confidence is and what true confidence looks like. Being humble and admitting when you're wrong and, you know, admitting that you don't know what you don't know in life is so much more attractive than a guy who is cocky and arrogant. Being confident and arrogant and cocky are far different things. And I think showing humility and being humble and, you know, being able to admit when you're wrong or just when you don't know something, it doesn't always have to be a negative thing. You can just simply say, I don't know. And it's okay to say that you don't know. You know, I can sit here and confidently say, there are a lot of things in life I don't know. You know, nobody likes a know-it-all. So don't be a know-it-all. Be humble, have some humility, and be open to learning things in your life. And again, back to a point I made earlier in the video, regarding everyone you meet as an opportunity to learn something new that you don't already know. It will show that you're curious, it will show that you're humble, it will show that you have an open mind, and all of these things make you a more attractive individual. So those are 6 habits or traits that make men more attractive that are a little bit more under the radar. And by under the radar, I just mean I don't typically see people talk about them in videos as much because they aren't as obvious. You know, you have to kind of think about, well, why does being curious make me more attractive when you get to the root of it? So just some things to think about. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.